Hi, welcome to the Tryforce podcast, where we talk about video games, we talk about movies, anime now, apparently.
Yeah, we're fucking multimedia at this point.
That alone is gonna get us copyright.
Watch the show.
No.
It's the Tryforce.
Hey, Nicole.
Yeah.
You want anything from the store?
Give me a minute. Give it a minute.
What?
Wait. Soda.
Okay, cool. All right, what?
Wow.
We can get that for you.
Wow. Wow. You call that kind of an intro? That was a fucking organized dance between the two of you.
No, we actually found out what was it? 17 seconds?
Yeah.
17 seconds.
Don't give him the recipe. We gotta keep it a trade secret.
He is wifey, okay? He can be part of the group.
Yeah, but like we're doing this for an audience.
Oh, is this
It is not
recorded?
just me.
Yes, this is recorded. What do you mean?
I just thought we
I
were...
gave you the countdown.
I forgot about the countdown.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Oh goodness.
Wow. Wow. Exposed.
What a bizarre
right,
intro if we've ever had one.
Whoopsie.
There it is. There it is. That's what it was all leading up to, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I forgot.
Very, very, very excited to be saying these words that we are bringing you. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 1, Phantom Blood.
Oh,
This
baby.
evening. I have recently become a JoJo convert, and I have also recently infected Colton into becoming a JoJo convert.
Between you and Nicole, if I didn't become a JoJo convert, I feared my own home space. Like it was like when you were telling me to watch JoJo, it was like, okay, you know, I see Z maybe once or twice a week, it's fine. I can push that off. But then Nicole was like, no, you gotta watch JoJo, and I'm like, she's in my home space. That's an attack on both fronts.
Yeah.
I've been invaded. I have to watch JoJo. So I gave Phantom Blood a shot. Phantom Blood, okay. I liked it though. I did like it.
Yeah.
And then we got to part 2.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, sorry about that.
Make a note.
Make a note.
Note.
Note. So like I recently got into I got to part 2 and I'm like, all right, I fuck with this real hard. Joseph Joestar is a problematic fave, but he is a fave nonetheless. So
there's not really a whole lot that occurs in Phantom Blood while also having a lot occur, so we might get into Battle Tendency as well a little bit later.
yeah, I mean we could. I mean the joke about Phantom Blood is that like you could literally just go watch a 45-minute recap to find out everything that happened because it is important, but it's also not important enough to watch. You know what I mean? It's it's drawn out. You could just start at Battle Tendencies, and most of Phantom Blood is told in Battle Phantom. Battle Phantom.
I love Battle Phantom.
I love Persona.
Yeah.
Great.
So most of Phantom Blood is told in Battle Tendency. So like you can kind of glean what you need to from there. But I still think that Phantom Blood is worth a watch. It's good to see young Dio. It's good to see a Mr. Jonathan Joestar, and it is good to see what happens, what comes to fruition as a result in part 3. So
Right, definitely. Because Dio takes himself a little break from part 1 to part 2.
yes, he does. Involuntarily, mind you, but it's
And it's great that you mention Nicole's influence on JoJo, because as soon as I heard Nicole liked JoJo too, I just sort of was like, I remember just literally approaching you at Colton's house, and I was like, we need to talk.
Yeah, no, we were just sending each other videos, photos, and Colton was like, I want to be part of the group.
it's like I feel left out.
I know. But then you joined us.
Nicole literally shooed me away from a conversation between the two of you. Go, you didn't watch it. Go away.
Yeah, because you wouldn't understand. You weren't part of the group, and then you were like, you know what? I'm gonna watch so I could talk to you guys about this show.
She literally did the Mean Girls thing. She's like, you can't sit with us. Like, I was just like,
Literally
oh
can't
my
sit with
God. All right, I have to watch it now.
Colton, plot twist on you. I never saw Mean Girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So now you're definitely converted. You're on part 5 now.
I'm on part 5. Giorno Giovanna is a piece of fucking work. Let's just put it that
I
way.
heard he has a
love it.
dream.
He does, yeah.
He does have a dream. But I think it's crazy that all of these patterns, all of these things happened because a cart crashed in the 1800s. So
I don't think that's like the catalyst, you know what I mean? Because the cart didn't make a decision. The kid in the cart did. You know what I mean? Like,
well, let us maybe get the audience up to speed on the starting of the Jojo mythos.
yes.
So Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, of course, this was written by Mr. Hirohiko Araki in 1987, so a long time ago. But it was released on February 17th, 2007.
Isn't it crazy that we're talking about Dragon Ball Z simultaneously, that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was releasing around the same time as the Ocean dub of Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah. As soon as you said Dragon Ball Z, I put 2 and 2 together that's where you were probably headed.
They were airing like side by side. How crazy is that shit? Oh no, not the Ocean dub, the original Japanese dub, now that I think about it. Crazy.
It's very difficult to even conceive of.
We weren't even a thought yet. And this shit was happening.
Our parents didn't even think they would have kids yet.
No, not at all. Especially not us.
Okay. So, I'm gonna just pop in here. I'm just gonna get started, okay?
Let's go!
Alright, the story is set in England in the early to late 1800s and follows Jonathan Joestar, thus Jojo of the titles, Bizarre Adventure, the heir of the wealthy Joestar family, and his adoptive brother, Dio Brando, who wishes to take the Joestar fortune for himself. Using an ancient stone mask, Dio does something that we'll talk about in a little bit. And Jonathan learns the sunlight-based martial arts technique of Hamon to fight him. The creator described the themes of the story as being alive and an affirmation that humanity is wonderful, with characters growing and overcoming problems through their own life's actions. So, before we get into the actual story, how do you guys feel about that?
Okay, so I feel like so many things could have been changed in, like, say, this is going into more detail. I hope that's okay.
Of course.
But, like, say the cart. Remember how Jojo's mom passed away in the cart when it fell? I feel like the story could have been so different if she survived.
Yeah, I don't think Dio would have happened.
No,
like Dio wouldn't have had the influence that he had.
Like I feel like because he lost his mom to sickness, and his dad didn't want to, kind of pay for medication for her to get better because he had his drinking problem.
Exactly.
That I feel like he would have become better because he was still very young when he was adopted by the JoJos. And if she survived, he could have had, like, I guess, a better life because he had a mom figure back.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, Dio definitely does have some, I would say mommy issues. You know what I mean? Or
you think?
Lack thereof. So
lack of mommy issues.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe you're right. Maybe Mrs. Joestar would have like sorted him out a little bit, been an actual like parental figure in his life, because Lord knows that George Joestar, was it George Joestar?
I think
it was George Joestar, indeed.
Lord knows that fucking George Joestar was definitely not the figure he needed. I mean, good man, trying to be a good man. But also a father in the 1800s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not
different
the best.
times, different times.
Not the best.
No,
Not
not
the
at
best.
all.
Also, can I ask
All
a
right.
question? Oh, sorry.
Sure. No,
Why-
go ahead. What's up?
Why did Dio want to have the whole fortune? Like, I mean, the Joestars were very well off. So why did he want to take the whole shebang?
Bro had it already.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had it already.
It's a pride thing. So
I think it was like, I think he just wanted to take it away from Jonathan and George. You know, I think it was less
just-
about the having it, more of taking it away from them.
But why?
yeah, exactly.
Because he's a
he's a-
prick.
Fair.
He sucks.
That's it.
In 19th century England, a youth born into poverty named Dio Brando is adopted by the wealthy George Joestar to repay a family debt to Dio's father, Dario Brando, who died in 1880. So the reason that George has a debt is because of the car crash. The cart crash. And Dario actually starts to loot the bodies of George and his wife, and then George is like, "I'm still alive," and he's like, "Oh shit, yeah, I'm here to save you. Everything's fine." And so he's like, "Oh, I can't help you enough." So when Dario gets ill and dies, he takes in Dio. But George has a son around Dio's age, Jonathan Joestar, the actual heir to the fortune. Jonathan Joestar, who aspires to become a gentleman, is shunned by his family and friends, whom Dio manipulates as part of his plot to take the Joestar fortune for himself. After Jonathan overpowers Dio in a battle, Dio gets revenge by murdering Jonathan's pet dog, Danny.
Episode 1, right?
Episode 1.
Episode 1. Iraqi and dogs
Episode
do
1.
not mix. Like, I just
Iraqi and dogs.
do not. It's a thing. That's the thing. I
Danny
was
was a
so
good
upset.
boy.
I was so upset about that. Holy
Danny
shit.
deserved better. Danny deserved better, for sure. For sure.
Oh,
Big
man.
facts.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so Dio
both-
not looking great. Not looking great for
No.
Dio. Not a good
No.
light for Dio here.
Jonathan and Dio develop an interest in the mysterious stone mask that reacted to Dio's blood being spilt in the battle, which was used by the Aztecs to bring the wearer immortality. So the Joestars, like your typical English family in the 1800s, have stolen indigenous cultures on their wall,
Yeah.
and so they have
they do.
and so they have the stone mask on their wall, which I guess we can probably give the background of the stone mask and the vampires, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just gave
So-
it. It's just like it's a mask
Right.
that turns the wearer into a vampire, and there's a blood cost for it. So
Sure.
there has to be blood spilt on the mask, and then these spikes come out, dig into the wearer, and then they become a vampire. You know, it's just whatever. Like,
I
cool.
take it.
Sure,
Screw
why
it.
not?
Vampirism.
I think we would all take it here. I definitely would too. Nicole, would you do it?
But then I could never see the sun, and I'm like, I would just turn to you.
Oh my god! Listen,
Done.
you know what? Listen, all right, fine. Z and I will be vampires. We'll be cool.
Listen,
Yeah.
I prefer to
Exactly.
be nice and tan.
You'll be our Jonathan Joestar.
Yeah, do I learn Hamon?
Yeah, Nicole learns Hamon.
So, in 1888, after becoming old enough to inherit the Joestar fortune, Dio deliberately poisons George Joestar. Jonathan's search for an antidote takes him to the dangerous Ogre Street in London, where he befriends a little thug by the name of Mr. Robert E.O. Speedwagon, bro.
Oh, the
Let's-
man, the myth,
Best-
the legend.
Best girl, R.E.O. Speedwagon, best girl, bro.
Love that
guy.
man. Love that man.
At the same time, Dio intends to arrange a freak accident to kill Jonathan with the stone mask and tests the mask on a drunk man. The mask instead turns the drunkard into a powerful vampire who nearly kills Dio before being destroyed by sunlight.
Could you imagine if that was how Dio died?
There was a drunken man.
Vampire hobo!
If Dio had done this whole stupid shit 1 hour earlier, Jojo's Bizarre Adventure would have ended there.
That is so fair and so funny.
Oh man. Maybe the
Imagine
hobo
that
vampire
drunk-
would have been Dio, would have been like the antagonist. It would have been 9
Exactly.
episodes and that would have been it. Like,
That drunk man could have been the antagonist of this anime. Like, insane. Jonathan and Speedwagon return to the mansion with an antidote and exposed Dio's
baby!
Yeah, so that's how Jonathan bursts back into his mansion after figuring out Dio's crimes. Dio attempts to kill Jonathan with a knife, but George sacrifices his life to save Jonathan. Dio uses the blood spilt by George and the mask to become a vampire, casting aside his humanity, Jojo.
I reject my humanity!
Same,
Oh,
honestly,
man.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the man becomes a vampire. Jonathan sets the Joestar's family mansion on fire and impales Dio on a statue in the burning mansion. However, Dio survives. So, not exactly a great stepbrother to have.
No, not at all. Not a little bit.
Just-
Like, I just can't get over the fact that the man had the money in pocket. Like, he had it all. Like, he had the money.
He was
What?
greedy.
I don't get it. And you know what? I also want to say, before we move away from this, while it's still fresh in everybody's mind, how did Wario give birth to Dio Brando? Dario Brando looks like Wario after a grease fire. Like, it was...
Wow. You're not wrong, but wow.
You know what I mean? Like, definitely caught all his looks from his mom. Like,
Looks like the offspring of, like, the Crypt Keeper in Gollum. It's not looking good for Dario Brando.
not at all. So how did Dio come from Dario? I don't understand at all. Wait, maybe Dio isn't related to them. Maybe he's a stepson forever.
You've broken the code. You've cracked it.
Wait, question. Wasn't the mom like
yeah.
a lady of the night?
I don't know.
I thought it was.
I don't think so.
No.
But that would be a cool origin story
Yeah, right.
for sure. Mr. William Antonio Zeppeli, a man who
favorite.
intends to destroy the stone mask after it caused his father's death, teaches Jonathan how to use a supernatural energy produced by controlled breathing known as Hamon.
I love it so much.
Whenever I describe this series to anybody, they're like, "What's it about?" And I'm like, "Well, that's a complicated question because the first 2 seasons are different from the next couple seasons. Insofar as the next couple seasons have a completely different power system, and the first 2 seasons are about using magic breathing to harness the power of the sun into your hands to fight vampires. And everyone's like, what? And I'm like, I wish I was kidding. Like, I really do wish I was joking with you. Like, I don't have anything else to say. That's what it's about.
It's like, I would love to have that question asked to me, because the only thing I could say is you're asking the wrong question. It's not like you have to watch the show, because none of it makes sense out of context at all. Like, I would only see the Jojo memes before I watched the show. And I gotta say, once I started watching the show, I'm like,
Now you got it.
yeah, I got it. But like, do you ever watch a thing and you're like, this makes sense because I'm watching it in the context of the universe? You know?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, sure. yeah.
you step outside and like just verbalize to yourself what just happened, and then you just absorb how batshit insane what just happened on screen was. That's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's just...
For sure.
This is one of my favorite episodes, by the way, because like in all of JoJo, because we get that iconic gif of William Zeppeli. Oh, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Nicole wants to do it.
Of one Zeppeli just punching a frog, and it's just like, what? And
It's like... That's slow motion splat. Oh my god, it's
But
so
it's okay.
funny.
It just punches the rock that the frog was sitting on.
Yeah, I just punched through the frog and I destroyed the rock it was sitting on.
But imagine what the frog was feeling, like just having the ripples in its body.
Yeah, that frog was not a happy frog.
He was fine. He was just like, after like, what on earth just happened? He goes to frog court. Where did he touch you? Where did he hurt you?
I came here to eat flies. I did not come here to do this.
I'm honestly feeling so attacked right now. I think I don't think it's happened yet, but my personal favorite part of Phantom Blood is when Zeppeli just snaps at the enemy that's up in the air and he goes, "Hey, baby!"
Yes! I love him so much. Oh, God.
Then on November 30th, 1888, Jonathan, Speedwagon, and Zeppeli travel to Wind Knight's lot, where Dio is creating an army of zombies. Zeppeli is mortally wounded by one of these zombies, and thus passes the rest of his Hamon energy onto Jonathan before dying. Joined by Zeppeli's fellow Hamon users, on December 1st, 1888, Jonathan destroys Dio's body by sending Hamon directly through him. Dio decapitates his own head to survive the Hamon attack, while Speedwagon destroys the stone mask. So that's a whole like part of this is that
Isn't this episode
Zeppeli-
5?
Yeah.
Isn't that insane that all of this has already happened? Zeppeli's already dead. We just met the man, and he's already dead. Like with the first of many Joe Bros. Just
Joe Bro's gotta die. Joe Bro's gotta die,
I
man.
know.
It happens.
Not always. There's one.
Yeah, there is one Joe Bro that is still alive. Very good man.
Very alive and
top
well.
tier.
A very alive man.
Top tier.
So
Top tier.
like
Really? He's top? Well, I can see it.
kidding me?
Top tier.
Absolutely top tier.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
JPP, bro? JPP is a top tier Joe Bro.
Absolutely. You know?
Easily.
He's the S-car
So-
goat, like 100%. Like,
Stop it. Anyway, so yeah, Jonathan destroys Dio's body, but Dio's head survives. But thankfully,
super
the
smart
stone
by
mask
Dio.
is destroyed, yeah. On February 2nd, 1889, Jonathan marries his childhood love, Erina Pendleton. The next day, they leave on a ship to America on their honeymoon. Now, part of Dio messing with Jonathan, I think, was very insidious and spawns a very classic JoJo meme.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is Dio taking Erina's first kiss away from her by force.
Yeah.
And so that her first kiss was not Jonathan Joestar. Like, this is the lengths that Dio goes to just to dick on. Like, he's not... He does... What are you going to accomplish with that? That's just to be an asshole.
The effort that Dio goes through just to remind Jonathan that Dio is part of his life. Like, it's so unbelievable. Imagine the tenacity of Dio in anything else. You know what I mean? In any other pursuit. He could have made a fortune that murdered the Joestar fortune if he just directed that tenacity quite literally anywhere else.
Yep. Correct.
Just so
and
ridiculous.
of course, that leads us to the, it was me,
You
Dio.
thought it was Jonathan Joestar, but it was I, Dio! Oh,
So
yes.
good. So good. Dio's head sneaks aboard the ship, intending to transplant himself onto Jonathan's body. On February 7th, 1889, Dio mortally wounds... Dio mortally laughs in part 3. Dio mortally wounds Jonathan. Jonathan uses the last of his Hamon to manipulate the body of Dio's servant, Wang Chan, into obstructing the ship's paddle wheel, setting it to explode. Jonathan dies with Dio's head in his arms, while Erina escapes the coffin that Dio hid in with a dead passenger's baby girl. Rescued, who's going to be very important in a second.
Yes.
Rescued near the Canary Islands 2 days later, Erina vows to pass on the truth of Jonathan's life to her unborn child and to generations to follow. That is the end of part 1, Phantom Blood.
Wait, did we? That was only 6 episodes then, wasn't it?
Yes, because Battle Tendency is the other next couple of episodes.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, yeah.
It's not
'cause-
set up in episodes. It was set up in just a big paragraph.
Oh, yeah, because Phantom Blood... Oh, no, Phantom Blood is the 9 episodes, so that's fine. But then Battle Tendency starts now, and, God, do I adore Battle Tendencies. I think...
Yeah, boy.
You know what? I hate to say this. I hate to say this because I know I'm going to get so much fucking flack for this. I had more fun watching Battle Tendencies than any other part of JoJo so far.
Yeah, get fucked, idiot.
Yeah.
Wait.
I had more fun. But then again, I'm not done with part
Great bait, mate. Great bait, mate. I rate 8 out of 8. Nice job.
Question. For part 1, that was the one where Blueford was in it, right?
Blueford!
Bruford!
No,
yeah, dude.
that's not part 1.
That is part 1. That is part 1.
Yeah, I was gonna
Really?
say. I
Bruford
was
is part 1.
Oh,
Bruford
yeah.
is part
Wait.
1.
I'm sorry. I was thinking Blueford was a stand. All right.
Blueford is a
Bruford is
stand.
not a stand.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's on me. I'll wear the
I
dunce
can't
cap.
stand you.
Oh,
I can't
man.
stand you.
Sorry, my fault.
I can't believe we passed over my good friend and pal Blueford. And
Blueford tier.
I forgot what was the other guy's name.
Yeah, I forgot the other. It's Blueford was too funny. That's all it was.
And his sword. What was it?
And his sword.
Puck.
Puck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Pluck.
Pluck.
It's Pluck because
Pluck.
they originally name it Luck, but then he cuts his thumb and he writes the P in blood.
Such a fucking
for whatever
weirdo.
reason.
What a weirdo.
Jonathan Joestar. Thoughts on Jonathan Joestar? I think he's kind of like a white bread sandwich with lettuce on it, and
Yeah.
he's a good dude. I like him. Nowhere near my favorite JoJo protagonist.
Of course, he had to happen because it sets up the stark contrast of the very next JoJo. And it's like, it's supposed to set up this standard for JoJo. It's supposed to set up the nobility and the honor of the Joestar line.
Right.
And then Jonathan Joestar happens.
Yeah.
So, like, it's supposed to be this super polar opposite,
You mean Joseph Joestar?
Did I say Jonathan?
You did say Jonathan. so I
Fuck
thought
me,
I'd correct
dude.
you.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So then Joseph Joestar happens. So Jonathan is supposed to be literally the direct antithesis of the next Joestar. Well, technically not the next Joestar.
No.
Not the next Joestar, but the next JoJo.
The next JoJo.
the next
Yeah.
Yeah, the next JoJo protagonist. How much of Bloody Stream can we play without getting in trouble?
I don't know if we can do that. Like, I think we got away with the soda bit at the beginning, but like, you know what I mean?
All right,
We didn't count out that
just
one.
have like very. Oh my god, incredible! So now we're moving on to part 2, Battle Tendency. In the series backstory, 102,000 years ago, in a place that would be modern-day Mexico, it started with a mysterious and powerful race with incredibly long lifespans and the ability to absorb life forces.
I was just like giving you background.
Extremely long lifespans and the ability to absorb life forces from plants and animals. Although they had the disadvantage of being easily disintegrated if exposed to sunlight and thus lived underground instead. Known as the Pillar Men. So the Pillar Men, Cars created the stone mask.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get to know that Cars, an underground dwelling humanoid being known as a Pillar Man, created a stone mask which grants immortality by absorbing life energy to conquer the sun, which kills his kind. However, the stone mask cannot penetrate his head and unlock Cars' true potential.
Can I say something?
Even though,
Oh, sorry.
sure, please, for the love of God, please.
Can we argue that the Pillar men and people are just mole people?
They are. They're
mean,
mole
kinda.
vampires.
They are. Yeah. Well, wouldn't all vampires be mole vampires because they can't be exposed to sunlight?
I suppose, but these guys legitimately live underground. I think that's where we're getting the mole aspect of this.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess
You
so.
know? I feel like these vampires live underground, and that's not something that's normal. Like in Vampire the Masquerade, that's a game where you can play as a bunch of different kinds of vampires.
Right.
And there are some that choose to live in the sewer and eat the blood of rats because they're gross looking and they don't want to be seen, or they make people upset when seeing them. So yeah, the Pillarmen, definitely the ones that used to do battle with the Ripple clan, the Hamon users.
Yeah.
And get killed by the sun, and can absorb life energy from plants and animals. They're a vampire. Like, that's pretty much about it. That's the easiest way to explain it.
And they can do it like without actually biting the plants and animals. Like, they can just do it, which is crazy sauce.
As he tirelessly slaughtered things for blood to activate the stone mask, the tribe begins to fear Kars for his obsession. When the tribe says Kars must be killed, Kars is angered and questions them if they want to conquer the sun. If they objected, Kars said that they would die. As his tribe attempts to kill him, Kars and his companion AC/DC fight back.
And here we go. Here's where we get like most of the music puns now.
Yeah. He slaughtered all but 4 of the tribe. Most of the music puns. We had fucking Robert E.O. Speedwagon. You've got to be joking. That's the original.
Most of them.
I know, but that was the one.
We don't have very many in the first one. I mean, Dio was Ronnie James Dio, obviously.
Right. Yes, that's correct.
And then we have REO Speedwagon. And then who else do we have in part 1?
That was like it.
I think so.
Yeah. Oh no, Zeppeli, Led Zeppelin. Yeah.
Zeppeli, William Antonio Zeppeli.
Yeah.
He slaughters all but 4 of the tribe. AC/DC and Kars took the remaining babies of the tribe, who would later grow up to be Santana and Wamu.
Mm-hmm.
As the Pillarmen's bodies were already immortal, they required more power for them to become ultimate beings. In 39 AD, 3 of the Pillarmen, Kars, Wamu, and AC/DC, came to the Roman Empire to find the perfectly cut red stone of Aha.
Aha!
Another man.
Take on me. Kars, Wamu, and AC/DC developed fighting styles to conquer Hamon, an energy with the same properties as energy from the sunlight, and nearly wiped out the Hamon tribe. But the stone of Aha, narrowly escaped them. Following this, the Pillarmen go into a 2,000-year sleep.
Yeah.
That's a long nap.
Yeah. Man, I just adore this arc so dearly because I can see it in my head right now, the scene where they're digging out the Pillarmen, and it's just, oh god, it's such a good scene, dude. Oh,
when the Yahtzees are doing that.
Oh yeah. But like at the same time, we do meet one Pillarman before that, which is it's pretty cool.
In 1889, Erina Joestar's husband Jonathan lost his life on a ship in the Atlantic Ocean, picking up from the events of Part 1. Erina survived and saved the life of a baby girl whose parents were killed by the stone mask. The girl, Elizabeth, who was raised by the Hamon master Straizo, who taught her to use Hamon and gave her the Super Aha, the perfectly cut red stone that the Pillarmen are working for. Elizabeth married Erina's son George, and they had a son named Joseph. When Joseph was a baby, George was killed by a zombie that blended in as a commander of the Royal Flying Corps, and his death was covered up. Elizabeth killed the zombie, and a warrant for her arrest was sent out. She went into hiding and adopted the alias Lisa.
Oh, man. Love Lisa. Absolutely love Lisa.
Yeah.
Queen.
Unbelievable.
What
Sassy
are you talking
queen.
about?
Absolutely.
A test. Everything is a test. The little Hamon babies. Joseph is instead raised by Erina, who is his step-grandma.
Granny Arena!
Yeah.
Yeah, and he inherits his Hamon abilities from Jonathan. At the start of the series, in the fall of 1938, so a decent amount of time has passed, Joseph and Erina move from London to New York. Meanwhile, a former thug turned oil baron, Robert E.O. Speedwagon. Speedwagon's got money now. Speedwagon got some money for the rest of this series. Some money.
Some dough. Like, absolutely obscene amounts of money.
Like, support a centuries-long fight against the vampires money.
Yeah.
Speedwagon invites Straight-So to Mexico in order to destroy a sleeping Pillar Man with Hamon. Straight-So instead wounds Speedwagon and uses a stone mask near the Pillar Man and Speedwagon's blood to become an immortal vampire. So Straight-So sucks. He becomes a vampire. Straight-So goes to New York to destroy Joseph and Erina, believed to be the last people who know about the stone mask. When Joseph defeats Straight-So, Straight-So tells him that the Pillar Men are about to awaken, and he will meet the Pillar Men soon. And here's the thing for me and Joseph Joestar. After being told this news, I wouldn't exactly do this. I gotta be honest. Like, there's a race of vampires that are gonna wake up soon and come for your ass. Intrigued, Joseph goes to Mexico.
Listen, you know what? At this point, if I was in the Joestar family, hearing all the shit that the Joestars have done, and I was told that inevitably a race of vampires was coming after me, you know what? Fuck it. I'd meet him at the pass. You know what? Let's go see what they're about. Maybe they're not ready yet, and I could just get the drop on them. Like,
yeah, that seems like a you move.
Maybe they're friendly. You don't know. Oh, man. And Joseph at this point has shown that he's like this crass, like definitely not Jonathan Joestar at all. He's a Joestar in only name pretty much. And except in power, but he's got that kind of heroicism to him. He's got that kind of good guy energy, but he's also a shithead about it. You know what I mean? It's just, he gets this cocky attitude. Just this absolutely, I'm hot shit. I'm the best,
very much a Han Solo type, very roguish, I would say.
Rogue, yeah, he's got that roguish charm to him. You know what I mean? Also, voiced by the same guy who does Nigel Uno in Kids Next Door. Never gonna unhear that in my head. Just ridiculous. It's the same voice too, which is even weirder.
Number one from Codename Kids Next Door.
Absolutely.
But
Nicole, any thoughts? I was just about to check in with you.
Yeah, no, I'm still alive. I haven't turned into a vampire or anything.
Yeah, because you didn't say you would with us.
Yeah, sorry. But I love how to defeat Straight-So he tried using a machine gun openly in a restaurant with people. Yeah. And he's just like, don't worry, I got it. But then I'm like wondering, where did he get that from?
Yeah, first of all, where did he get that from? Second of all, use a little discretion with the bullets. I mean, it was the 30s, I suppose. Yeah. That shit was kind of
spray and pray, baby.
But then he used his ancient family technique.
Yeah.
Run away.
It's a good one. That's a good one. I love that.
Smokey, I'm gonna use my ancient family technique that's passed down from the family. Run!
Joseph,
love him.
Yeah. Joseph saves Speedwagon, who survived from the awakened Pillar Man Santana, and tricks Santana into being turned into stone by the sunlight reflected from a well.
There's a lot that happens. There's a lot that happens in between that. So first of all, we've met the Nazis at this point, which is like,
that's true.
Like, what the fuck?
It's not even like a Nazi equivalent. Like, it's the Nazis.
It's the Nazis. And basically, imagine if there was an AU where Duke Nukem was a commander in the Nazis. That's basically who they have heading the Nazis.
Stroheim. Rudolf von Stroheim.
Stroheim is just like, he's just German Duke Nukem. You know what I mean?
I think it was a video that I was watching described Battle Tendency as Indiana Jojo and the world's friendliest Nazi.
Yeah, I ended up really loving Stroheim, and I hate that. You know what I mean? I despise the fact.
You hate to love a Nazi character.
I hate to love a Nazi character, but it's Stroheim. You know, you have to make an exception. You know, because he's like. He doesn't really share the ideals. He's just like, you know what? I like the world. I want to save it, you know? And I'm like, okay, fuck it, Stroheim, let's go, you know? But use all that weird Nazi energy for good.
He's all about Germany. He's like promoting like the top, like we are the greatest in advanced technology.
Yeah.
We can bring this this vampire back safely, but then it goes south very fast.
Yeah.
Get it? Because
oh yeah, no, I got you.
Okay,
I got you.
thank you.
Very nice. Well done.
Okay. Joseph and Speedwagon travel to Rome where they meet Caesar. Antonio Zeppeli.
My heart.
Amen.
My heart just
trained
palpitated.
in Hamon.
And kiss the pigeon.
I've got some feelings. I got some feelings bubbling up inside me right now.
I know. I know.
A man who is trained in Hamon to continue the legacy of his father Mario and grandfather William. However, the group arrives too late.
Listen, with the tension that Caesar and Jonathan, John, I did it again. The tension that Caesar and Joseph had, that you know what? That's a good term.
However, the group arrives too late to prevent Cars, Wamu, and AC/DC from awakening. Joseph plays on Wamu's pride and convinces Wamu to let him live to be a more worthy opponent. Both Wamu and AC/DC implant poison-filled rings in Joseph's aorta and windpipe, giving the Jojo 33 days to get the antidotes from each of them.
I like that term. Giving the Jojo 33 days. I really like that.
That was me. That wasn't the recap. That was all Z original right there.
I adored that. That was ominous. I really love that. So we kind of missed the scene where they awakened Wamu. And, like, this was one of the craziest scenes in anime I've ever fucking seen. Like, it's just...
the Nazis? Yeah.
The Nazis, yeah. Just like, you know what? Good. Absolutely good. But, like, it was still kind of like, oh, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I adore... Yeah, go.
Can we just say... I'm under the argument that technically Jojo got proposed to. Because isn't it called the... engagement ring of death or something?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, technically.
But it had to do something with marriage, so like technically he's getting married.
Yeah, you know what?
Don't mind me.
Joseph X Wamu.
I mean, they're good friends. I wish
that Wamu was the one to survive. I wish that Wamu survived.
Yeah.
You know, Wamu was great. I love him so much. Imagine.
Was Wamu the one who cried?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so funny. I love that.
I thought that was AC/DC.
No? Was it?
Because remember he got his arm
oh,
chopped,
no.
And then he got very emotional and he was just like,
no, sorry.
And then he was fine.
You're right. That was AC/DC. The Wamu was the really stoic but honorable one.
He stabbed his own eyes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember what you're talking
about. Love that man. But like, I think that's I just love the dynamic that the two of them share. And then we got the scene where Wamu awakened and he did like the poses, like the going through everybody poses, and then all of a sudden everybody just fucking explodes. I'm like, oh! Like, it was so good.
I'm faster now. I'm even faster now, and he just fucking kills multiple people in like 30 seconds.
So good. And we get the theme.
Oh, man.
So good.
Can we play the theme?
I think we might be able to play the theme. I think we can get away with that.
Do it.
You know what? We can do that while we're talking about the Pillar Men.
Okay, I got you. I'm working on it.
I typed in pill. I typed in pill into YouTube, and Pillar Men was the third thing that came. Yeah. All right. All right. So read the next part.
Joseph and my phone locked. Joseph and Caesar train in Hamon under Lisa at Air Suplina Island off of the coast of Venice. Joseph and Caesar destroy AC/DC. The group tracks down Cars and Wamu in Switzerland.
Oh yeah.
Caesar is killed fighting one-on-one with Wamu and takes the antidote to Joseph before dying.
Oh my God.
Caesar!
God, do we have to pour one out for Caesar Zeppeli, man? Oh my God. Oh my Lord. What a scene. Holy shit. The
What
Caesar
a Joe
Zeppeli.
bro.
What a the most Joe bro that Joe broed up until this point. You know, like
almost became a Joe Ho, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, that man, there was tension between Joseph and Caesar for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You ever seen Jojo in a dress? Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Those legs.
Gorgeous.
Yes. Oh my God, Tequila Joseph. Yes, my favorite.
Iconic.
Iconic. Joseph and Lisa then confront Cars and Wamu for the Super Aha. Lisa bluffing that she has a timed explosive that will destroy the stone. Joseph instead kills Wamu in battle. On February 29th, 1939, Cars acquires the Super Aha and uses it along with the stone mask in order to become the ultimate being, a vampire who is immune to the sun, a pillar man who is immune to the sun.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy. Like that was, I remember that happening too. Like I remember like we pretty much got Cars. We got him. You know, we had him on the ropes. We killed Cars. And then all of a sudden he pops up and he's got the fucking stone mask on. And it's just like, oh no. And you see the Aha gem in the stone mask. It's like, oh no.
But,
oh yeah.
But.
Yes.
Who is the name of the German guy?
Von Stroheim.
I feel like that could have been avoided if he didn't talk about the great advancement of German technology and just used
just did it.
No, what was it? The solar
The UV cannon.
Yeah, why couldn't he he saw that and it took a while because he had to laugh, he had to tell everyone, like,
he's fucking Von Stroheim.
no, but like you see Cars have the mask, you see him have the gem. It takes a while for him to do it all together. He could have easily been like, turn it on, bro, like let's go. He is clearly going to win. So
yeah, listen, you know what? You have to monologue, otherwise it means nothing. How are you going to show your technological supremacy if you don't monologue? You know?
How are you going to beat Stalin that way? Come on, what are you talking about?
You're just shining a flashlight in Stalin's face.
just like, hey.
Shine it in his bedroom and
Die, vampire.
Here you go, you filthy commie. Okay. Now immune to the sun and able to use Hamon. So that's also very important. Cars can now use Hamon as well.
That's fucked. That's ridiculous.
Immune to the sun and now able to use Hamon, Cars' only desire is to kill Joseph. Joseph steals a Nazi plane and tries to crash it and Cars into the volcanic island of Volcano. Which is volcano with a U instead of an O.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I love that.
Like, it's thus starting a trend of Joseph Joestar's excellent piloting skills.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes. Start part one of that for sure.
Absolutely.
So this fight and this kind of breakdown has kind of been joked on for being needlessly complicated.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna try to this recap makes things nice and succinct for us, I think. So Joseph and Cars escape. However, the shock of the plane crash causes a volcanic eruption. This is a great scene.
I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if that's like a thing that can happen.
No, enough concussive force can definitely trigger a volcanic eruption. Yeah.
But like a plane crashing? That's
Colton,
not...
try it out. See what happens.
I mean, I guess it was a big
plane.
plane. Yeah. I don't know.
Very heavy object.
I feel like just like it would be like throwing like a piece of paper against like a wall. You know what I mean? Like when you compare it to a volcano, like
It was a small volcano.
it's liquid rock in there. Like there has to be density.
And that was a metal plane.
That was a metal plane.
Let's continue.
Cars attempts to kill Joseph with Hamon. But Joseph instinctively holds up the super aha, which causes the energy to make the eruption climax, sending both Joseph and Cars flying into the sky on a large rock. Cars is knocked into space by volcanic debris. Now, let me know. Unable to die, Cars is immortal now, as the ultimate being, having the stone mask, being an immortal vampire.
Yeah.
And with the red stone as well, he is unable to die and drifts through space for eternity, eventually ceasing to think.
Yeah,
So,
I forgot
that's
about
nuts.
this. Yeah, I forgot about this. Cars could very well come back and be a threat. You know what I mean?
That would be crazy. Imagine JoJo Part 9 as Cars, but we're doing it again.
Like Cars, but like feral. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh God, that would be horrific.
I am hungry.
I want food.
Oh, sorry, you go.
No, because I'm just like thinking that JoJo was disarmed, right?
That is true. Yes. That is true. We're glad to have you.
You want to do it, or
Glad
should I?
Glad to
Do
bring
it.
that up.
Thank
There
you. So good.
Yes, Joseph does lose a hand at some point
Yeah,
during this
but
process.
imagine that Cars comes back, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if he still has the arm, but like he meets the latest JoJo. He's like, "This I took from your great grandfather, and I will kill you with it."
It's just like, he comes back, I believe this belongs to you. I've never seen you before in my life.
Good. Boom.
Oh, man. Ridiculous. I would love to see a Cars return. That would be so cool.
We'll write a letter.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy, I gotta admit. I mean, Araki, please. Wouldn't that be crazy if he switched back to Hamon? That would be nuts.
That would be like somehow stands like get deactivated and like Hamon has to be.
Deactivated?
I don't fucking know that. I don't know the word. Yeah, just there's a giant.
People would
switch.
freak out.
Yeah.
Imagine Cars with a stand.
Oh,
Like
fuck
he learns
no.
to use a stand.
Oh fuck no. Well, stands
He's
are
got-
just Hamon energy, right?
No.
No,
No.
they're no. I thought they were just high.
They're completely separate, because Hamon doesn't work against stands.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Hamon works against other Hamon. It just has to be stronger.
True. True.
So, returning to Earth, somehow, Joseph is nursed back to health by Lisa's assistant, Susie Q, who he marries.
So good. So good. We
And
also
eventually
get that,
cheats on.
I
what?
mean,
Oh, sorry, moving on.
I mean,
Too soon.
but like we get that scene where they're at the graveyard, and one of my favorite scenes in anime history. They're all at the graveyard mourning Joseph Joestar, and then he pulls up in a fucking taxi, and just like he's like, "What are y'all standing around here for? It's like a funeral."
No, he's like, whose funeral are we?
Oh yeah,
are we-
whose funeral? It's like, oh yeah, wait, mine? I've been gone for a month and you think I'm dead?
Well, because Susie Q forgot to mail the letter
Yeah.
that he wrote to Granny Arenas explaining that he is still alive.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
not worry.
Yeah.
And he actually chases her around the taxi and is just like, I can't believe you forgot.
Yeah, that was really funny. I like that a lot.
That screams us
Classic.
energy.
Oh yeah.
In the epilogue set in 1987, an aged Joseph Joestar takes a flight from John F. Kennedy International Airport to Japan, where his daughter and grandson live, leading to the first chapters of the following story arc, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders. End of battle tendency.
Yeah.
So we did it.
we did.
We made it through the
we did
Hamon sections of JoJo tonight. Yes, Nicole.
Can we just say at that part where he just smacks the camera or something or phone out of the tourist's hand in the airport.
Yeah.
It was so funny because he was like, I will never forgive you guys. You took away my daughter.
Oh, yeah. Joseph Joestar, low-key racist at the very beginning of Stardust Crusaders.
No, that was at the end of Battle Tendencies and kind of the beginning of...
Well, that's what I mean by
Yeah.
the beginning. Like that's really the beginning of Stardust Crusaders because
Yeah.
we meet one Jotaro Kujo.
Yeah, best one.
So, but like
Best one until he's not.
yeah. So best one until he's not. That's a great way to put it. Yeah, that's so good.
Well, you know.
Oh,
Opinions
man.
are opinions. Opinions are opinions. That's all.
Oh, I don't know, man. We could go all day with that. But so the thoughts on part 1 and 2.
Yeah, Nicole, go first.
I have to be honest, I do love part 2 compared to part 1 because
yeah.
it's more story and it kind of makes sense more than events that happened in part 1.
I guess. I mean, well, part 1. Now that I think about
it's
it,
good explaining, like it's good like giving the kind of the backstory
Yes.
for the rest of the parts. But like I like it more because it's like more characters. You get them for a lot longer
You
than
do.
one episode.
yeah.
For
Pour
certain-
one out for William Zeppeli.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
man.
but like you meet characters like Caesar, Smokey, Lisa, Susie Q. I forgot the 2 names of
Loggins and Messina.
Yes.
Logs and Machina.
Oh,
Yeah.
I said the Japanese names. So Logs and
Yes,
Machina.
you did.
Yeah.
But like AC/DC, I don't know, Wamu,
My boy.
Cars, who I'm pretty sure uses some really good hair conditioner.
I need to get the number of his salon. Like,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
He has the power of sparkles.
Absolutely. He's like,
I need to get his tailor's number. I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, true.
You mean the loincloth?
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Zach and I are gonna cosplay Cars and Wamu, so just gonna give you a heads up.
All right, I'll get the camera.
Oh man, I just adore part 1 and part 2. I adore part 1 because like it sets everything up. Again, it's a necessity. And you're right, part 1's only 9 fucking episodes, so they have only that long to establish the whole JoJo universe. So I guess, you know, it's a fucking roller coaster immediately because there's so much exposition that has to be done in 9 episodes in order for part 2 to make sense.
Yeah.
So like,
Yes.
but part 2 is like what? Isn't it 30 episodes or something?
Yes.
Yeah. So you got like that long to explain part 2 and to really dig into these characters and flesh out their arcs. Whereas, like I said in part 1, fucking just
Bread.
snap. It's a snap. So, and then part 3 is even longer and you spend more time with these characters. And it's such a good show. I recommend it so hard to anybody watching it. Like, it's so much fun. That's what I could say about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
pure, raw fun.
It's very weird, but it's
Yeah.
very fun.
Yeah, you know, it's extremely strange. Like, you know, you find yourself like, you really find yourself into it. Like, if you like it, you're going to get hooked on this thing real quick. So, oh, God, it's
And if it's not for you, it's not for you, you know?
Of course.
Try a
would
different part.
definitely-
Try a different part.
Try a different part. Don't watch Phantom Blood. You know, it's that easy. It's that easy. So I would definitely recommend Battle Tendency over Phantom Blood. I'm not the hugest fan
Yeah.
of Phantom Blood. There are reasons to like Phantom Blood, and their names are Zeppeli and Speedwagon,
Yes.
and that is about it for me. But I really like Battle Tendency. I thought it was a lot of fun. Bloody Stream, still one of my favorites. One of my favorite JoJo openings. And it sets up my favorite arc of JoJo, which is the next one, Stardust Crusaders, and the introduction of the stands system. So I feel like part 1 had to happen for part 2 to have to happen, for part 3 to have to happen. But I could take it or leave it on part 1. I honestly think you could watch a recap video or, you know, go find something that goes a little bit more in depth than we did here tonight and just start from Battle Tendency, or do what I did The first time around, don't crucify me. The first time around, which was I started directly at Stardust Crusaders. I eventually went back and watched Battle Tendency, but I started originally straight from Stardust Crusaders.
I mean, I suppose you could do that because, like, Stardust Crusaders does pretty much introduce an entirely new set of circumstances, and you get all of the background about Dio that you need to know from Stardust Crusaders. You know, like, you could really do that.
But, like, also for part 3, the Stardust Crusaders, that they explain how what happened to Dio, how he is okay. Yeah. Which I still don't understand how it works. I don't
understand it all.
Like, how
Wasn't he dead?
No, he was okay. It's just that he was going to die, but then he chopped off the head of, I forgot his name. Jonathan. Thank you. And then just plucked it on so it's his body, Dio's head, and hid under the same coffin that Arena was in, which I don't understand how that works.
I don't get it.
How do you miss that?
The more you ask questions with JoJo, the less happy you'll be. The more just accept it and just love it, you know?
How do you miss your like seeing your dead husband's body in the coffin you were under? That don't make no sense.
I don't get it. You know what?
I don't be checking coffins, you know.
That's true. I guess if you're not in that situation, you're not really looking around for like that. You know what I mean?
Unless he had a second coffin just hanging around.
The backup coffin.
Yeah, you always need a backup coffin.
He has a coffin for his luggage.
Quick, take out the luggage.
This is my coffin on. This is my coffin on for this one.
Oh, God.
So, we've been wanting to talk about the later seasons of JoJo for a while, so we are very pleased to have brought this to you here tonight to get it through seasons 1 and 2, and then we'll deal with the stand change in just a little bit. Talk about Stardust Crusaders, Diamond is Unbreakable, and eventually Golden Wind, and super more eventually Stone Ocean.
Yes. I also just thought about this. Remember when you said Hamon can't defeat stands?
Yeah.
That's not true.
That's true.
That's not true. Doesn't Joseph use Hamon to kill a stand in part 3?
No.
He uses it to break something.
He's always using it to break something. It's him.
He uses it to break something, but he doesn't use it against a stand. Hamon is useless against stands.
Unless the camera's a stand.
No, get the fuck out of here. He's like swats a fly or something with Hamon, and it's like the fly's a stand or some shit.
No, not.
He swats the fly with his Hamon, but the fly doesn't die because it's a stand user. It's the one in the plane, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the first one.
No, he uses it to completely destroy something, and I don't remember what.
Colton's such a dumbass up, bro. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Like,
it was one of the two times that Hamon was used in part 3.
Nicole, it was lovely talking to you.
It was great, Zach.
Oh, God.
Catch you on the flip flop.
Oh, good. Yeah. I love.
Thank you guys so much for accepting me on this JoJo podcast. Thanks for us having for JoJo for the topic for the day. And don't become a vampire. Don't go do that.
It's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it. Nicole, any thoughts?
Hamon good.
Good night, everybody.